program that lets us take a trip to somewhere in the world
with you guys.
We want to do bookish stuff
and go to places that have been in films.
Yeah, we're thinking maybe New Zealand or maybe like London, and we can do like Pride and Prejudice and like Do Again But Better stuff.
Yes. Oh, I'm gonna be so excited to do that.
And you don't have to like commit or anything right now. We just need to know if you're interested, and if you're interested at all, there's a survey at the top of the description, and just fill it out. And the more people are interested, the better chance we have of actually making that happen. So today we're going to be going through our top 5 movies of 2021 plus 2 honorable mentions and some superlatives. Very exciting. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
We're gonna start with superlatives.
Woo!
Our first superlative is, I added this one this year, best documentary, because I watched a bunch of documentaries this year.
You watched more than I did.
How many did you watch?
One.
Is that your best one?
Yes, it was really good though.
What is it?
It's Lula Rich, which is the LuLaRoe, so I get those two mixed up. Documentary about the LuLaRoe, like the pyramid scheme and everything. Yeah. It was, I don't typically watch documentaries, and that was just a great one to kind of like just give me a taste of what a documentary could be.
I watched a couple really good ones this year, and my favorite was The World's a Little Blurry, the Billie Eilish documentary.
Oh, I didn't watch that. That was on Disney
so
Plus,
good.
right?
No. It was actually on Apple Plus. It's rare that you watch a musician's documentary that has like a really nice full arc.
Oh.
And it feels like a complete story
Did it go like through her life?
We started when like she put out her first album, or like making the first album, and then she put it out, and then like she won the Emmys at the end. Not the Emmys.
The Grammys.
The Grammys at the end. So it was like a full circle moment. Okay. It was really good. So our first superlative is most underrated film of 2021.
It was Moxie on Netflix.
Oh, yeah, I watched it.
I really enjoyed it.
It was cute.
I didn't think much was going to come out of it, but I think why I liked it so much is because Netflix has been doing a lot of those like teen drama movies, and I don't think the message has been very clear or good. I think there's been a couple things.
It hasn't been clear or good.
So not healthy. And I think this one was a good, like, healthy message for teens. Yeah. And I really enjoyed it.
My most underrated was actually Always and Forever Lara Jean, the third one, and the To All the Boys I Loved Before series. I thought they did such a good job with it. Like, they nailed the ending. It really made the trio feel complete, and that's so rare with especially like a contemporary series, that you get this many movies and that you feel like they did a good job with it at the end. I was so charmed by the third movie.
The next superlative is the funniest movie of 2021.
Funniest movie.
What was yours?
Well, mine, I kind of split this between two because nothing was like hilarious to me.
I felt that too.
All right, good. So I have Free Guy with Ryan Reynolds, which was a surprise.
It was good.
It was really fun. Yeah, and I laughed.
Yes.
I wasn't like in hysterics, but I was like, ha, like this is cute and funny. And then my other one, I have The Suicide Squad, because
that's
my oh my god, are we matching?
Yes.
Nice. So yeah, The Suicide Squad was funny, but like when I was watching it, I did not feel like I could laugh because I was so tired.
You're tired?
Yeah, it was the day I moved.
Oh.
I was exhausted.
That's right. It came out in August.
So it took me 3 different watches to get through it.
Alex and I were like on the floor. We were like, I don't know what's happening here, but we like this. It's funny. And
there was a lot of Peacemaker stuff that I thought was really funny when they were like, he's going head to head with the other guy that does the same thing.
I feel like I need to watch it again.
Yeah,
to, like, I don't remember all
I
this.
watched it like kind of twice.
So my first honorable mention is Jungle Cruise. I feel like that would be like number 7.
I can't believe I made it.
I really enjoyed the movie. I thought it was really fun. I love Emily Blunt, and anything Emily Blunt does, I love.
I guess I'm being obnoxious. I didn't see it. I'm just judging off the trailer. All right, my first honorable mention is In the Heights, which I loved. Like,
yeah.
I think it was a little too long, but it's because it's a musical being translated, and there's maybe 1 or 2 numbers at the end that I was like, what do you guys, I think it was the one where they were like dancing on the side of the building. That like, I was just like, this is a little bit of a stretch, but there were so many brilliant numbers, and it was the first movie in a long time that I was like, I've enjoyed this so much. There were so many bad movies for a long time.
Yeah, really, there were.
So,
my second honorable mention is West Side Story.
Ooh.
Did you watch it?
I didn't because I thought I was going to be bored. So
No, it's really good.
Okay.
So I think compared to In the Heights and West Side Story, I much prefer West Side Story.
Really?
Yes.
But In the Heights has all the great music.
West Side Story has great music too.
What's the most famous song from West Side Story?
I feel pretty.
That's from West Side Story.
That's from West Side Story.
Oh, so pretty and witty and gay. Oh my god, that's from Anger Management in my mind.
That's actually same though. They have these great giant scenes with it just takes up the whole screen and the whole town, and everyone's dancing and everyone's so fierce and passionate. So it's kind of like In the Heights in a way. It's very similar, but it's like the old Hollywood version, and it's just it's a terrible story. Honestly, I do not like the story, but I think at the end of it, you feel so much.
My second honorable mention actually probably would have made it on my top 5 list if I was judging by critically, but I'm judging by how much I enjoyed, and I really enjoyed it, but not as much as the other ones, and that's Dune, which was
what?
I know. I just really like in my mind.
I can't believe it was an honorable mention.
Well, it's just because I really loved the other 5 movies more. I'd want to watch them again before I'd want to watch Dune again. You know, that's how I'm judging. In my heart.
That's not how I feel, but okay.
All right, it's time for the top 5.
Ooh.
Top 5. Echo me. Top 5.
Top 5.
Top 5.
Top 5. My number 5 favorite movie of 2021 is Shang-Chi.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Shang-Chi, I think, was such an incredible movie. I was really moved in it. I cried. I think the relationship with the father and then learning about the mother in it, and just Simu Liu, he's so likable.
He really is.
I really like him.
You know, I think his chemistry with Awkwafina was amazing, and all their moments together are great, especially the beginning, the bus scene and all that was amazing. What made it fall for me in my brain ranking is the last act feels rushed and kind of all over the place.
That part was very emotional for me. Are you talking about when they're in the land?
I'm talking about the stuff in the land because I just mean the fight sequences it was Marvel didn't put as much money into them as they put into every other fight sequence. So I kept getting distracted by the CGI not being as good.
Oh.
Yeah, and I didn't like how they made the montage feel like time was passing and she was learning how to do archery when it was one day. It was very weird. That really threw my opinion of the movie. Even though they're great and the characters are great. But why are we doing this weird thing where we're smushing all this stuff with the land, the mythology into this small thing and not spending as much money on the CGI? We know they could do amazing CGI. That just I kept being pissed off. I was like, this is such a great movie in terms of the characters and the casting and the dialogue. Why are you making it look like shit? My number 5 is kind of a surprise. I didn't know it was gonna be my number 5, and then I watched it and it was great. And that's King Richard.
Oh wow, so we're gonna watch it last night, but we did. I want to watch it.
It was so good. I mean, I was very moved by that. I cried 50 times, happy tears and proud tears and family drama tears. It was so good. My number 4 this year is Always and Forever Lara Jean. I already talked about it, but
I thought we weren't allowed to do that.
Well, sometimes I have to because I didn't watch that many movies.
My number 4 is actually Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Oh, I never got to see it.
Oh my god. It was so fun. One, because you had a lot of new technology in the film. A lot of kids. It was very reminiscent of Stranger Things. There were so many fun scenes where you're just watching, you're like, oh yeah, and it's screaming, and then at the end, it was such a beautiful
full circle
moment.
All right, we're up to the top 3. What is your number 3, Natasha?
My number 3 is Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
As I was putting
to have some Justice League in here.
As I was putting together this list, I remembered how much I enjoyed watching that movie, because it is so much better than the shit that we saw.
It's so much better than the shit that we saw.
Did we watch it together? No, we watched Batman vs. Superman together.
Oh, I watched with Paul. We couldn't even get through it. Paul and I are looking at each other in the movie theater like, oh my god, what is this?
I think I went.
We watched Batman vs. Superman.
Even though this movie was really long, it definitely took me 2 days to watch it because
Me too.
I watched like an hour and a half or 2 hours one day and then 2 hours the next day.
Yeah.
It was so great because it was very different from the Marvel movies, and that's what they were trying to do with whatever the theatrical release was. And it's dark and it's bleak.
Whatever that was.
And the character development is what we needed. And just DC rushed everything. And we needed a 4-hour film. We needed 2 films to be able to
because they didn't
enjoy
have any
it.
origin films for anybody. Like, it was ridiculous. But
I mean, it was cool. It was in black and white too.
It wasn't in black and white.
Was it?
It was like very stylized. It was Zack Snyderized.
I really liked it.
All right. My number 3 is Bo Burnham's Inside.
Oh!
It had to make it onto my top 5. It was by far one of my favorite things I watched last year. I related to it just so intensely. I feel like woven in with those songs. I remember watching him sing the song Turning 30 and just feeling it so hard because I knew when I was watching it, like when he filmed it, and it was like right as I was turning 30, he was also turning 30, and I just felt it so hard. Everything he was saying. He also has been on the internet, like as a creator for like, he started over on YouTube for a long time, and it just all related a lot. And then those songs were like my theme song for the rest of the year. Just listen to that album so much. It's so good. Number 2. My number 2, actually, Bo Burnham's in it too. Promising Young Woman.
Wait, which one's that?
Oh! It was so good.
With Carey Mulligan.
Yeah.
Yes.
I couldn't remember her name for a second either.
I always forget her name.
Because I always think it's that other one. Charlize Theron. Promising Young Woman was excellent. Like, I love that I went into it knowing nothing. I love the directing, I love the writing, I love the music, I love the acting.
I feel like I tried to watch it on the plane and it was too much.
Oh, on a plane?
Yeah.
No, yeah. It's a lot, but it's great. It's so well written, it's so well edited. Like, I love the editing in it. And it's like, while it's a heavy subject, it's edited and put together in a really, like, I don't want to say lighthearted, but it's like comical. It's dark comedy. And you want you're so on board with this revenge. Like, it's kind of like she's definitely like so consumed by it. It's not healthy that she's doing this. But also, like, you want to see someone do this shit. It does its best at being a lighthearted version of what it is. It is heavy, but it has a lot of comedy. And I really love how they balanced that.
My number 2 is Dune!
Oh! Surprise, surprise!
Dune was my favorite experience in the theater. I'm a huge fan of science fiction. And so this kind of it sung to my interest and my passion. I love that type of story and that type of book. I have never read Dune. I am reading it right now. It's a very long book. I haven't been that zoned in on a film in a very, very long time, especially one that's very quiet and slow.
That's very cool.
But being in the theater with the sound direction and the sound editing, like, it was a full 360 experience.
You're fully engrossed in that world.
I was fully engrossed. And I didn't like Timothée Chalamet.
I love him.
Yeah, I didn't like him for a long time.
Oh, you like him now?
I like him now because of this film.
Okay.
I just think he's great now. And now I kind of see, like, I didn't think he was that cute, but now I kind of get it.
He's very boyish in
very
the other films, especially. But he's like growing. Yeah.
He's growing up, but I think he's cute now. I just love everything about this film because I just think it's so different.
I'm excited to watch it again.
Yeah, I think you not seeing in theater might have maybe changed your mind a little bit. It might have made your list because it was such an all-consuming experience.
Yeah, I was watching it like on this couch by myself on the computer. So
it's just everything that I love about like books and TV, and it was that, but like on a wider scale.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was really great. Again, it was just like, I'm judging on a different, like, my mind scale instead of, like, how good it is technically and, like, you know, critically and all that stuff. We've hit number 1. I think I know what yours is.
I think I know what yours is.
I think they match.
I think so too.
This will be fun. Let's drum roll. Our number 1 movie of 2021. Okay, this is Natasha's. She's gonna open mine. Let's just do it at the same time.
Oh, you put yours down.
You didn't glue yours? It's the Academy Awards. Ready?
Ready.
Spider-Man No Way Home! Woo! The best.
And also, we got to see it together, so...
We got to see it together and
at the premiere!
What? But that's not why it's number 1. Like,
no,
it was absolute perfection.
It was like the perfect movie.
It was the perfect movie. It had the perfect amount of nostalgia, comedy, action, feelings, like... You laugh, you cry.
Like, it didn't even feel like a Marvel movie. It felt like
was
something
a movie.
Entirely outside of
but at the same
Marvel
time,
cinematic.
Entirely inside.
Yeah.
Like, it was both. And it had everything you've ever wanted in a Spider-Man movie, right?
Yeah.
Like, everything.
Everything. It was so exciting. Like, the amount of times, like, we screamed and, like, got out of our
Natasha
seats.
told me to stop talking at one point. Like, I can't control it.
There was one time where, like, okay, in the theater, we had some model sitting on the other side of Christine. She was, like, some Russian model.
Oh, really?
Yes. And they were, like, dead to the world, okay? They weren't reacting. And then we have the 3 of us, me, Christine, and Alex. And there's this one part where Christine is like, and like, I'm being smacked. And so I can't imagine what this Russian model is feeling. Maybe she's just going into me because she knows me.
I knew you. I was definitely leaning this way when I did anything.
So I was like, I'm like, Christine, you need to calm down.
I just, like, it was scary at parts. And obviously very emotional at parts.
You don't like the Green Goblin. That's why you were.
Well, yeah, the Green Goblin scares the shit out of me. And he was so good in this movie. Like, he could scare me by just, like, being there on screen. Like, just seeing that mask, I was like, oh, heebie-jeebies. Like, oh, God. And, like, hearing the music, you know, like, the Green Goblin is so scary.
That movie was so good.
It was so good. Oh, my God.
I just feel like we're never going to have that
same experience. Again. I mean, like, because it was a once-in-a-lifetime movie. Like, you can't do that again. You can't get that same reaction.
Like, maybe if they bring back Harry Potter at some point in a film, or
like
Star Wars again, but they've already done that.
There's so many iterations of this film, and that's why it made it so special.
Yes.
For them to, like, just smush different worlds together.
And it just, I mean, I think we were at the perfect age. I mean, I'm sure anyone who grew up
with all the movies.
But it was, like, it was so good.
But, like, also, it was just, like, the writing was so well done. It could easily have been cheesy and not worked and been too much, or, like, the storylines could have felt silly, and nothing felt silly. And it was very easy for it to feel silly, because, like, you're, again, combining different worlds. It was excellent.
I'm not going to say any spoilers, but there's actually, like, 2 scenes that the actors kind of came up with on that day.
Oh, was it the ones?
It was this one.
Yeah.
They're like, we want to make this work.
I knew it.
Yeah.
They did a great job with it. Because, again, when it happened, everyone was yelling so much that I couldn't even hear what they were saying, but I knew it was great. I was just
Have you seen it again?
No! Because you know what? It was so magical that first time, I almost, like, don't want to ruin... Not that it would ruin it, but, like, I kind of just want to, like, hold on to it as long as I can.
The second time wasn't as good, but it was still fun. I saw opening night again. Yeah,
you'll go, and it won't be the same sort of audience.
No.
I remember doing that with Harry Potter's, and, like, the second night I'm always like, no one gets it. Like, no one understands these references that we all understood together on that first night. That's also why it's so beautiful to be in, like, that theater with all these fans, because you all react.
When Christine and I went to the premiere, we were supposed to be in because there's 2 theaters at the Bruins Theater in Westwood. we were supposed to be in the theater with all the actors in it, but we were put into another theater that had like all the fans in it, which everyone tells me who went in that actor theater, they were like on the side, like they could barely see the screen, and a lot of people weren't reacting that way that our theater was.
Oh wow, our theater was so much fun.
Yes.
Those were our top 5 movies of 2021.
And now we're about to go record our top 5 worst movies of 2021. Definitely hit that up. I'll leave a link in the comments. If it's not up yet, it will be up soon.
And we're also filming a video on my channel. I'm gonna go check that out as well.
Yeah, and it's gonna be a fun time. I'm Christine.
I'm Natasha.
We'll see you next time.
Bye!